All right, everyone. So we're back with another mod review, and I'm really excited about this one. This one we are currently playing on one of our ASA servers, which is Primal Chaos. Great mod so far. Uh, it does remind me, and don't scold me for this, but it does very much remind me of Primal Fear. So Primal Fear is, I'm sorry to say, definitely in my top 3 Dino overhaul mods 100%. So we are going through Primal Chaos, and so far I really like it. Big shout out to TBF Gaming, though. TBF Gaming did this mod review just a little while ago, so definitely check out his channel. Check out the mod spotlight he has done on it in case I end up forgetting anything. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So you can see behind me right now, I've got the Chaos Forge and I've got the Chaos Smithy. I will show you right now where we make that at, which is going to be directly on your inventory or on your person. So you can see the Chaos Smithy. It's just going to take some hide, stone, metal ingots, and some wood. And your Chaos Forge will take fiber, hide, wood, flint, and stone, which these seem, I think, very similar, if not identical to the vanilla style of this. So a couple of things. All of your Chaos attire or materials or stuff that you're going to need is all made inside your Chaos Smithy. So if we go in here, you can see all of the different things that you can make. First and foremost, though, over here in your inventory is where you will make your first set of gear, which I'm currently wearing. And that is the beta cloth. So basically, this does increase the armor on them slightly. So the vanilla counterpart is 10 armor, whereas this has 20 armor. However, the durability is exactly the same. You can also make your, other than that, being made on your person, everything else is going to be made on here. Next up is the alpha chitin, so that would be your next step up from the beta. But first tier here is all of this alpha stuff, so I do have it here in my hotbar, so you can make your hatchet here. You can make your pickaxe, your sickle, and your pike. In case anybody was interested in seeing what those looked like. And basically, if you take a look, the harvesting rate is going to be 2 times for those. The damage on your weapons, like the spear here, is also going to be 2 times. In addition to that, you can also, which I thought was really cool, this was introduced, so they have different tiers of base defenses. So you have your beta, you have your alpha, and you will have your elementals. So there will be electric, volcanic, and hydro, as well as your mythic. So you can kind of see those, that's kind of the different colors. Beta is your green, alpha is your red. Your elementals are going to be kind of volcanic, hydro, and electric looking. And then your mythics are going to be all of this purple stuff going on. In addition to that, so this is a dino, it is an overhaul mod. So it does overhaul the entire game. So the whole way that you play this is going to be different. It has your taming helpers, obviously. It has some stimulants here, so this is going to recharge your stamina. You have different types of health potions, so beta, of course, being the lowest tier. The dinos in the game obviously follow the same pattern as far as the tiers go. So you've got your beta health potions, which is going to provide you 5% health per second for 10 seconds, and after you use it, it is going to have a 20-second cooldown, so you're not going to be able to spam heal yourself. You're going to have to wait 20 seconds. Here's some taming helper. So this is going to take down their food about 50%. So this is going to help, although not be an instant tame. It's definitely going to make the process go a lot faster. So you can see all the materials used to make some of this. You're going to get your alpha blood, your beta blood, and your alpha hides, your beta hides from killing those dinos out here in the wild. So it also has obviously different levels of tranks that you can use. The potent trank arrow, the beta version, obviously again being the lowest tier. It will go into your vanilla style, primitive style crossbow. So you'll still use it with your standard weapon. You'll just craft this inside here. Obviously you'll need the potent narcotic, which also is going to be made in here. So I think that's pretty much it for the first tier. Now you get into the alpha, same idea. You've got your alpha narcotics. This is going to increase your health, but put them to sleep. So that's obviously going to be stronger than its vanilla counterpart. You have the taming helper times 100, so this is probably going to give you exactly an instant tame. This is going to take their food all the way down so that when you throw the kibble in there, they are going to instantly gobble that up. You can see the alpha tier weapons are triple. So these are going to go 3 times, whereas the beta was 2 times. Sorry, I almost lost my train of thought. Now, all of these alpha metals, you can see that are made. You're probably like, hey, where do you make those? That's what that forge is right next to me. We'll take a look inside that in just a moment, but that's exactly where you will make or craft those metals, which I also thought was a really neat touch. Here is your alpha chitin gear. So I do have some of that on me, so I can throw that on real quick. And we can take a look at what that looks like. Now, I will show you in my inventory, because when I type in chitin, it will show you a good side-by-side view. So this is your alpha. Again, durability is going to be the exact same as its vanilla counterpart, but it is obviously giving you about 30 more armor per piece than its vanilla counterpart. This is what it looks like. I'll get myself out of that mode. Here you go. I won't lie, personally, I think this could be reskinned slightly, but that's just me. Maybe I'm picky. Here is all of the weapons. So here, these are 3 times. 3 times harvesting, 3 times the power, the damage, I guess you want to say. Now, next up, we're moving on to our elemental tiers. I have everything set up, so I will show you what everything looks like. You can see the spike walls here behind me, obviously. There's no hiding those. But the next step, like I said, is going to be your elemental tier. And again, all kibble is going to be made within this too. When I go and take you guys to look at some of the dinos and explain all that, we'll go over the kibble. But it's all going to be made within this bench, as you can see. So you got your elemental narcotic. So this is going to obviously be more potent than the tiers below. You also, now there is no currently is no gear or attire, armor is the word I'm looking for, or weapons physically for those specific tiers. What it does have obviously is the spike walls. And it also has the turrets, which the alpha does as well. So you can see there is different types of turrets that you can actually craft. They do take different bullets. So the elemental turrets are going to take elemental bullets, and you will get a volcanic, a hydro, and an electric turret that you can make. And your alpha is going to take your alpha rifle bullets. And that's, again, all made within this bench. Mythic narcotics, you've got the mythic health potions here. It's going to obviously provide 15% health per second for 40 seconds long, and this one's going to have an 80-second cooldown. All of them will have a little bit longer cooldown and do a little bit more for your health. It increased it a bit better. In addition to obviously there being better arrows, like the alpha arrow, you do have the ability to make different tranquilizer darts. Holy smokes, darts as well, potent tranquilizer darts. These are going to also just be used in its vanilla rifle. So you can see down here, I have some alpha darts on me, so you're just going to put it in your standard long neck rifle. It also has the different potent trank spear bolts, because if you guys didn't hear already, this did just have a huge update just the other day. Still a little things that they're working on still to get it up to where they want it to be, so there is a few bugs. There's been a few bug fixes over the last 2 days since the update was only I think about 3 days ago. But they did introduce in that update all of the water chaos version tier dinos. So you will have your alpha, your beta, your volcanic, your hydro. and your electric all in the water. Any vanilla dino has its chaos counterpart in there, and I mean every single one. And we'll take a look at those. Don't worry, I have some of them in so that we can all look at it. And then you've got more kibble here. It looks like the rock golem saddle for the rock golem that is tameable. All of these dinos are tameable within this thus far. Next update coming is going to introduce the bosses. Another thing I do want to mention that I didn't mention at the beginning, and I probably should have, the one thing you need to remember when you are adding this to your server, you do need to have your levels, your wild dino levels set to 600. So anybody who's used to, like myself, playing with level 150 dinos, don't be a dummy because you don't want to do that. Once the bosses are introduced here on the next update, it is not tweaked in the sense of if you have level 150 dinos, the bosses are going to adjust to what level dinos that you have on there, so you would be able to beat them. That's not going to work. So you are going to need level 600 dinos in order to fight any of these bosses. So definitely keep that in mind. If you haven't done it already, definitely do that, because when that update comes, you don't want to be scrambling for all brand new dinos. So that is it for the smithy. I think I went over that as best I could. I don't want to kind of, kill it here. Here is the forge. Like I said, the metals are all going to be made in here. The beta blood and just a regular ingot, alpha blood and a regular ingot, elemental blood, a regular ingot, and mythic blood and a regular ingot. This is also going to cook your metal a lot faster. I think it was like 5 times faster than your standard forge, so that's great. I think that will also include your gasoline. That's probably going to go faster as well. So this is definitely a cool little addition. I like being able to make the different metals, and I think they look pretty cool. Now we might as well just hop into here on my left. You can see, we'll stand over here so you can kind of get an idea, even though the griffins are kind of in the way. But you can see the different tiers of spike walls. They are larger. They are more durable than its vanilla counterpart. So here is the beta, the alpha, and the mythic, which is huge. So as you progress here, obviously these are going to keep bigger dinos out of your base or from destroying your base, for example. Now, I think, oh yes, we might as well, before I show you any of the dinos, don't look at the dinos, nobody look. Here is all the turrets. So you've got your alpha. I really like the skins of these. I think they did a really, really good job for those with those, sorry. Now, with these ones, you can, just like any turret, you can change it to just attack wild creatures. You can do it to attack people and wild creatures, whatever you set it to. You're just going to go and hold the E if you're on PC. If you're on console, this is cross-console. I don't know, I apologize what you guys press to get into these little radial menus, but I'm sure you all know better than I do how you would get to that. So here is the electric one. Pretty nice looking. Very nice looking. And again, these are obviously a lot stronger than its vanilla counterparts to start taking care and dealing quite a bit of damage to the different tiers of dinos that you are going to have coming at you from all different angles. This game, or this mod, Dino Overhaul, has no mercy. So that's the hydro one. I really like, you can kind of see how it looks like almost like water moving. I think that was a pretty nice touch. And then you've got your volcanic one right on over here in front of me. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the dino tiers. So as we mentioned, there are a few different tiers, most of which you saw inside the bench. Your very first tier that you are going to try to go after, obviously, is your beta, which are these green ones that you see sitting in front of me. In order to tame these or make this kibble, you are going to need vanilla dino eggs first. So I would recommend you go get yourself a vanilla dodo, but whatever you are most comfortable taming in the early stages of Ark, you do that. Just they need to lay eggs. You're going to use those eggs to tame up these betas. Then you are going to obviously tame up a beta that's going to give you eggs. I would obviously and have always chosen to go with the dodo. That is the easiest for me as far as just for egg purposes and kibble making purposes. You're going to use their eggs and their blood to then advance yourself into the alpha tier. The alpha tier, you will then use their eggs to get yourself into the elemental tier. The elemental tier will get you into the advanced elemental tier. That's going to get you into your mythics, and your mythics will get you into some demonics, which I'm going to show you. I have one in my pocket. Now, again, with the massive update they did, prior to a couple days ago, these small creatures, like your dodos, your compies, your little monkeys there, your otters, your archaeopteryx, your troodons, any of those tiny little dinos, they were not rideable. They are now. So you can. Now, last time I was riding on one of these, it was a little glitchy, so we're going to try it. But like I said, they're all rideable. You do not need a saddle. So here is the monkey. This one was okay when I rode it earlier. So that's pretty cool, personally. The dodos, you can ride those, but oh no, they fixed it. So when I was in here before, you were underneath the dodo. It was very, very strange, I will say. So like I said, the beta, alpha, all of those small creatures, they are all rideable now. I will mention the otter currently says you need a saddle. There's no otter saddle to make, so I think that's something probably coming in the next bug fix. There's been bug fixes going out every single day. So yeah, so these are your alpha tier. Here is your griffin. So any of the vanilla dinos on the map is going to have a chaos counterpart. So I spawned in just, I don't know, just what I felt like spawning in. Here is the electric griffin. So that is an elemental tier. You've got your hydro tier, which I decided to pull in some baryonyxes, but again, they are multitude of different types of them. And then you've got your volcanic ones as well. Here they are. Now, this guy here, I know you guys have all seen him and you've been wondering. This is the Shadow Rock Golem. So this is the advanced elemental tier. They are the Shadow tier, but they are considered advanced elemental tier. This guy is going to give you a bad day. You see him anywhere near you or your base, and you might as well just know that you're starting over. I don't like this guy. He's not nice. He will destroy your stone base. He will destroy your wood base. Obviously, he will rip through your thatch base. I have not tested him against any metal currently, but I would definitely suggest getting some of the base defenses up because this guy is not nice. You can tame him. Again, all of them are tameable. And you saw that the rock golem saddle was made right inside the bench. So here is the mythic tier. I decided to pull in the jerboa because jerboas are my absolute favorite. That's really the only reason. So the height jump on these are ridiculous. You can see I'm practically flying. It's insane. They do not take any fall damage, which obviously is needed. You saw how high I just jumped up into the air. Now, last but not least is the demonic tier. One of the, there was two new dinos added for that, and that was the Ferox and the Reaper. Now, I did spawn in the Ferox. He was ginormous, so I had to put him in my pocket. But I will throw him out here for you guys. Like, I'm not sure it's necessary for him to be that big. I don't know. I mean, I think we could take his size down a bit. So, here he is here. He looks pretty awesome. He's brand new with the update. I know they fixed the bugs. That was one of the fixes that went up, I think, yesterday or today, even possibly. So these are now, I think, working better. I think there was some issues. But that's the demonic. That's going to be the final tier so far that is in Primal Chaos. Again, this is being updated regularly. Still a work in progress, so obviously these things are updating as we go along. Now, another big thing as part of the update was obviously, you can see all the water creatures here I spawned in for you. Again, there's a lot more than what I'm showing here. They're all over the water, so the water is no longer safe as far as Primal Chaos goes. You can see I did spawn in the Beta Bassi. The Basilosaurus is my favorite water tame, but I like the color. There's obviously an alpha version, an electric version, a hydro version. So this is just what the beta one looks like. Now I also pulled in an alpha trilobite, so you can actually see here, again, rideable. Yep, rideable, which I thought was awesome. Now you get stuck on him, so he was one of the ones that, like I said, were happening with the dodos. You'd get all, my mountain griffin was killed. There's something bad out there. That's all right. The other thing here, you can see this small thing, the Hydro Piranha. I thought he was awesome because you can just ride him. Like I said, all these small creatures are now rideable, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. He works well, no saddle needed. You've got the Electric Donkey. So I spawned in the Electric Dunkleosaurus to check him out, see what he was all about. I also spawned in an eel, and oh, here he is. I thought I lost him. Here's the volcanic eel, also rideable. He does the same thing that the trilobite does, so I had a hell of a time kind of. But no saddle required. Obviously, these are small, very small issues, and I don't know if it's an issue with the mod or it's just an issue with Juan Heda, which obviously wouldn't surprise me. You can see a hydro trilobite, look, running around over there on the beach. That's a wild one right there. You can see him. Look at him go. Look at him go. I thought it was really cool that they did that. I don't think there's been a mod that I've seen them go as far as incorporating things like the trilobites, the eels, to be, you know, revamped. Definitely cool. I like the piranha personally. I thought that was definitely a cool one. I was very excited when I spawned that in. I won't lie, and that I could actually ride it. But yeah, I think that's honestly pretty much it to the mod itself. Again, these things are changing, ever updating. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to ask, leave a comment. I hope this video helps you out. Again, I'm going to stress the fact, please remember that you set your server or your single player to be spawning in level 600 dinos. You are going to need it in the upcoming update. I need to change my server to do that as well because I was unaware. That's what happens when you don't read. So again, I do want to thank everybody for all of the support. We are just under 100 subscribers away from hitting the 1,000 mark, and I owe it all to every single one of you guys. You guys have all been so motivational. You guys inspire me really to keep on going. And again, questions, anything like that. I'm not very good at doing, this is my first Dino Overhaul mod review, so please, if you have any suggestions on how I can do them better, please let me know, because I do plan on bringing a couple more. There's definitely a few that have hit the mod store, and I definitely want to get those out there to you guys and show them off, so that you guys have a video to kind of see if it's something you'd even be interested in playing. Again, we do have Ark ASA servers. We have a CrossPlay, we have a PC one, and they are for Discord members and subscribers, so they are more than welcome to join. The Discord is in the link to the video down below. I will also leave the mod link in the video down below. Like I said, we do have a Chaos, our Primal Chaos server as well. That one is membership or Patreon only. You can get that information on how to join the Patreon through the Discord, which again is in the link to the description. And again, I really do want to thank each and every one of you for watching, for subscribing, for liking the video. And again, as always, I will see you all in the next one.